It's July 13th today. There's been something really interesting happening the last few days. My big one, my big white spruce here, I think it's spruce number 2, is double flushing. So that's pretty cool. So these ones I actually didn't prune back. These small new extensions came out, this spring. I left them, now they're budding out again. These ones over here, they were longer. I did prune them back, and they're also starting to flush out again. So that's, I'm thinking, a really good sign that, I cut off an appropriate amount of top growth and pushed a bunch of vigor downwards. I haven't noticed any back budding, along the trunk or branches yet. There have been a few buds here and there, all along. Like this bud down here, it's been there for a while, but nothing happened with it. Anyways, yeah, double flushing all over the place, even these small ones down here, so that's really cool. I'm just gonna let it go, see what happens. I won't do any more pruning this year, let it strengthen off and over winter, and then see how much vigor it gets next year. I'm not gonna repot it next year either, so hopefully I'll get a ton of growth. I'll prune it back again around the same time of year and get a whole bunch of back budding and get this, all these empty spaces filled in a little bit. And there's just a quick little update of the crown of thorns, looking really awesome after its pruning and repotting. Forget when that was, probably about a month ago. Got a bunch of new growth coming out of all the cut points. Yep. Everything looking very green back here. I love it. Love being home this time of year as well. I wasn't here last year for 3 months over the summer, so I finally get to see all my babies grow. July 14th today, and I've decided to prune down this apricot tree over here. I didn't get a chance to put any air layers on it yet this year, and I probably won't get a chance, but that's fine because I've got 10 air layers, or actually I think I've got 12 set on this, but 10 still alive, the branches anyways. This thing has crazy huge growth, but this one I didn't do any pruning at all, so it's just kind of, grown a bunch of long straight branches. So I'm gonna take everything back, down to something like that maybe. And yeah, it'll get a lot bushier next year hopefully, and then I can begin to shape it, more like a fruit-bearing tree. This one I'll be able to do that. Hopefully these air layers will set soon. I haven't noticed any roots in any of them, but that's okay. I'll keep waiting. I'm just gonna prune this one down off camera, and we can check it out when it's done. Here's the result. Ended up taking quite a bit off actually. Pretty severe pruning there. This is a big pile of branches cut off. This will let a lot more sunlight into the yard, and I think this is a pretty good structure for this tree to grow on in the future. I left, some branches up top there for it to grow on. And yeah, that's about it for now. It's July 18th today. We got a big rain overnight. We're gonna get a whole bunch more throughout the day today. I was supposed to leave last night on an away job, but because of the rain, it's prolonged by a day, delayed by a day, so I'm gonna leave tonight. So I just spent a bunch of time pruning up this big wigelia back here. It was, overhanging all my bonsai on this bench here, so I've also got some other vegetables and things that I haven't planted yet. My big spruce is still double flushing like crazy everywhere. It's not really back budding yet, but the lower buds are double flushing. I think I'm also going to do a bit of pruning, some managing of this eastern redbud tree. I will eventually be air layering a bunch of the longer upper branches, but yeah. Just gonna clean that up off camera a little bit, and the grapes as well. It's just a big wall, a sheet of green over here. I see the shells of these things all over the place. They must get eaten by the birds and whatever else, I'm not sure. Not sure what they are, but they're huge. That's the size of my thumb. Maybe I'll keep it, I don't know. It's the next day now, and I finished clearing out these spots back here. I think maybe I had done that one already before, but that's finished. Got lots of room on this table now to grow everything in full direct light. I pruned back this eastern redbud quite a bit as well. There's all the cuttings. Quite a few branches I took off. Really opened up this spot for good light now. Now all of my benches are in really good, almost direct sunlight, all of them, except for over here, which I just have my cedars on mostly. Things that like a little bit more shade. Although now I also pruned up this apricot tree and took off the air layers from the pear tree, so there's a lot more light that comes in this way throughout the day. It's not till later on, kind of afternoon, evening, that this spot is shaded out. Yeah, this spot, gets a decent amount of shade as well. I put my mountain ashes up here that I had just pruned. My big birch stays over here as well. It likes a good amount of shade. Sugar maple, I think the leaves had, been burning a little bit. It probably likes a little more shade than I was giving it. Anyways, that's it for now. Just got everything opened up. July 23rd, and I'm over at my parents' house where I've got a few trees planted outside here. This is a maple of some kind. I think it might just be a Norway. Not sure exactly, but it's been growing pretty good. I don't think I'll do any pruning on it. Just take out some of those weeds. This one over here is a monster. Like, I'm this tall. So this thing's, you know, approaching 7 feet. And this whole shoot has come out just this year, basically. Like, there's the trunk. I've been meaning to prune this for a while. Now's the time. I was kind of growing this big one as like a huge sacrificial leader or branch, pretty much, to thicken everything up and make sure it survived, you know, collection. I've had this for a couple years now. I think it's been out here for exactly 2 years. Didn't do much last year. I've got this little maple here as well, still surviving somehow. And then also this one. Another big one. I'll just prune them down a little bit today. These two off camera.